Here is an example for the design of a conical dome. We have to design a conical roof. There is a hole having a diameter of 20 meter and the rise of the dome has to be 4 meter. We may assume live and other loads as 1500 Newton per meter square. Using M20 concrete and Fe415 steel, we have to design a dome for this room as a roof. So what are the steps in the design? We have to find out what should be the basic geometry of the dome based on the requirements if given in question, and also we have to calculate the load coming over that due to the weight of the structure and also due to the live load. Then we have to see what are the stresses coming due to that particular load, and in domes we have two types of stresses, meridional stress and hoop stress. These two stresses we have to find, and after that we have to design the reinforcement in order to take all these stresses in the along the latitude and also along the meridian. What should be the reinforcement to be given in those directions? And after that we have to see whether we have to give a ring beam. So in most cases we may need a ring beam. It is not provided in the case of a hemispherical type of dome. It is not necessary, so in all the cases we may have to give a ring beam. So we have to design a ring beam. We have to find the size of the ring beam and also how much reinforcement should be given in the ring beam, and after that we may show the detailing of the particular dome. Okay, so these are the steps in the design. So we shall see from the step 1, geometry of the dome. So in this conical roof, the theta value is marked as shown in figure. So tan theta, we can find out tan theta. So the inner diameter of the hole is given, it is 20 meters, and so the radius value will be 10 meter. And if you find tan theta, it will be 10 divided by 4, where 4 is the rise of the dome. How much is the dome, or how much is the roof height from at the centermost point or the crown of the dome. So tan theta is equal to 2.5. So theta value is 68 degree 12 minutes. And for convenience, I just found sin theta and cos theta term value. That's all. So r is the hole radius, and that is here 10 meter. And for the rise is 4 meter. Now what are the load coming on this? Based on this particular size, what is the load? We shall assume. So start with we should need some load, and load comes from the structural weight also. So we have to assume a particular size and we will check whether it is safe. Then if it is okay, we'll go with that design. Okay, so that is the first step. Here we have to assume the thickness of dome shell, and here we are assuming it as 100 mm, that is 0.1 meters. So that value is designated as small letter t, thickness of the dome shell. Let t be 100 mm. So this is the step with which we start the design. So if it is having a thickness of 100 mm, what will be the self weight of dome shell? We can assume the density of concrete as 25 kilonewton per meter cube of RCC. So density into the thickness will give you the self weight in terms of in kilonewton per meter square unit. So 0.1 is the thickness in meters, and 0.1 into the density 25 kilonewton per meter cube. So that will give you 2.5 kilonewton per meter square is a self weight. So over an area of 1 meter square, it is having a weight 2.5 kilonewton. So that is the sense. Then live load, it is given. Again, the unit is having some difference. It is 1500 Newton per meter square. So if you convert it into kilonewton, it is 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. And the total load W is equal to the sum of these two, that is 4 kilonewton per meter square. So this is going as per the working stress design, and we are finding the stresses and all, doing the design for the working load. So we are not multiplying it with any load factor 1.5. So we are taking the working load itself. So the load W is 4 kilonewton per meter square. Now we shall find out the stresses, meridional thrust T value. So we need to get only the meridional stress and hoop stress, but there will be mark distribution. There may be marks distributed for the steps finding the force also. So you have to first find the meridional thrust and later the meridional stress by dividing it by T. Okay, so you have to show both the steps, meridional thrust and hoop force. Then later you can see the stress, find the stress values. Then meridional thrust, T is equal to Wy divided by 2 cos square theta. Simply substituting the equations that we have studied. Maximum T. So here you can refer the figure. Theta is marked and R value is 10 and the rise is 4 meters. So in this equation you have a term Y. So the letter Y. So that is a distance from the apex, from the top to the point that we are considering. So maximum T will be occurring at the base where Y gets maximum. You observe the formula, T is equal to Wy divided by 2 cos square theta, and if Y gets maximum then T will be maximum. So Y is maximum at the base and there Y is equal to 4 meter. That is the total rise. So if you substitute T is equal to, what is W? W is 4 kilonewton per meter square, 4 into then Y. Y is again 4 meter. So 4 into 4 divided by 2 cos square theta. Cos square theta is 0.3714. So squaring it. So you will get 57.99 kilonewton per meter. So that is compression. Then what is the meridional stress? Meridional stress is T divided by T. Capital T divided by small t. Small t is dome shell thickness. So 57.997 divided by 0.1. So you will get the answer in kilonewton per meter square. Now you can convert it into Newton per mm square. So to convert it into Newton, you have to multiply it with 10 raised to 3 in the numerator. And to change it to mm square, per mm square, you have to multiply with 10 raised to 6 in the denominator. So in effect, it will be 0.5799 Newton per mm square. Now, what is the hoop force? Hoop force equation, H is equal to Wy tan square theta. Then, substituting, you will get it is 100 kilonewton per meter square. Then, what is the hoop stress value? It is H divided by T. So, if you divide it by 0.1, you will get 1000 kilonewton per meter square. Now convert it into Newton per mm square unit. So the value is 1 Newton per mm square. Now we have to design the reinforcement in order to take all these stresses. So the permissible stresses, the values of permissible stresses are almost given in page 80 and 81 of IS 456-2000. You can refer that. So if you compare this 0.57 Newton per mm square and 1 Newton per mm square, which you got as the meridional stress and hoop stress, so these stresses are very low compared to the permissible values. So the stresses work out to be safe. So we may not give any extra reinforcement. So hence only the nominal reinforcement has to be provided. And the nominal reinforcement is the minimum reinforcement. That is for Fe415 it is 0.12% of the area of concrete. So what is the IST to be given? 0.12% of BD, where B and D will be different here. B is 1 meter strip, so we can take B as 1000 mm and D is the depth, that is the total dome shell thickness. So here D value is the value of T. So 0.12% of BD in the sense 0.12 divided by 100 into 1000 into 100. So here D is equal to T, which is equal to 100 mm and B is 1000 mm. So the value of AST is 120 mm square. Now if you are using 8 mm dia bars, what is the spacing? And we may give maximum of spacing as 300 mm. So we are providing 8 mm dia bars at 300 mm center to center both the ways. That means along the meridian and also along the latitude. So meridional bars may be and again at the top, at the crown portion, we may discontinue the meridional bars near the apex and a wire mesh may be provided to avoid congestion of steel. So the next step is about the ring beam design. So ring beam is provided, and I hope you have read the theory part. So ring beam is provided where there is a horizontal force exerted at the base of the dome. So the horizontal component of thrust. So the meridional thrust will be having a horizontal component. If the meridional thrust is tangential, it is tangential to that dome surface, and if the meridional thrust is inclined, then we'll have a horizontal and vertical component. So the vertical component of that meridional thrust will be taken by the supporting walls, but the horizontal component will be left unattended. So we may have to give a beam in order to take this horizontal component of meridional thrust. So the thrust is always tangential. So okay, I hope it is clear. So this horizontal component will be having an outward force, will be causing an outward force on the support. So it will be causing a hoop tension at the support, at the base of the dome. So we may need to give a ring beam. So how much is the hoop tension? How much is the force acting due to this horizontal component? So that is T sine theta, and the value is 53.85 kilonewton per meter. So what is the total tensile force? You have to multiply it with the hall radius. So you will get in kilonewton. What is the value? So that is converted later into Newton. So 538,502 Newton. That much is the total tensile force coming, which is to be taken care by the ring beam. So how much area of steel should be provided inside the ring beam in order to take this tensile force? So we may have permissible stress in steel. We should consider how much is the permissible stress in steel, and later we have to divide. We may use this concept like force by stress is equal to area, like that. So how much is the tensile force coming, how much is the permissible stress in steel? If you divide it, you will get how much area of steel is required in order to take this tensile force. So that is done here. Tensile force divided by permissible stress in steel. So tensile force is 538,502 Newton, and how much is the permissible stress? You can take it from table 22 of IS 456 2000, page 82. So we are taking it as 230. So you can remember all these values, and the time of exam you may not get enough time to turn over the pages and find this value. So you can remember all these small values. And how much is the area of steel required? So that is around 2341 mm square. So if we are taking 20 mm dia bars, how many bars are required? So this is a ring beam. Beam size is, we are going to fix that beam size. So we are not finding the spacing, we are finding the number of bars, because the size of the beam, the cross sectional size of the beam, we are going to fix it. So how many bars are required in a beam? So you can find out by dividing the total AST required divided by the cross-sectional area of 1 bar if you are choosing 20 mm dia bars. So 2341.31, that is the area of steel required, divided by area of 1 bar, pi by 4 into 20 square. So you will get around 8 bars are needed in order to take all these tensile forces. So the actual fraction is 7.45, we are taking it as 8 bars. So how much is the actual area of steel provided? 8 into pi by 4 d square, diameter is 20 square. So how much is the area of steel provided? That is AST 2513 mm square. And you can use 8 mm dia 2-leg stirrups at 300 mm center to center in order to tie these bars. So all these steps you can write it as such. Then how much is the area of ring beam, cross sectional area of the ring beam needed? How much is the cross sectional area of ring beam that is needed? So let A be the area of the ring beam, and if you consider the figure, we are going to give some AST inside the area of ring beam. So what is the principle that being used to find how much is the total area? So total tensile force divided by area will give you some tensile stress. So we are assuming in the composite section, and that means concrete plus steel is there. So in the composite section we are assuming, we are allowing a tensile stress of 1.2 Newton per mm square. Then we know how much force is coming. So how much area should be there, how much area of the composite section should be present in order to take this force. That is the basic concept. So how much is the area that we have to find out. So total tensile force divided by area is equal to 1.2 Newton per mm square. Okay, so that is how we are going to find out how much is the area. Now we have to see, if you are considering a composite section, how can you write the area? If you are writing area as B into D, so that B into D is having area of steel also, it is included. So you have to, if you want to compare something, if you want to equate something, then all the things present in that over that area should be of the same type. So we have to convert that area of steel into an equivalent area of concrete. So that is written here. How much is the equivalent area of composite section in terms of concrete? That is total area A minus area of steel plus the equivalent area of concrete. We are deducting area of steel from the total area. Okay, now AST is gone. Now there is a hole inside, isn't it? Area of steel is not considered. Then we have to replace that same AST with an equal amount of concrete in order to understand how much is the total equivalent area of the composite section. So A minus AST will give you the total concrete area. Now we are going to replace this AST by some amount of concrete. So how much area of concrete is required, which can be an equal to this AST that we have removed. So that is equal to M into AST. So M is, all these are coming in the working stress method of design. So M is the modular ratio. So an area of steel AST is equivalent to M into AST concrete. If you are having AST, if you are going to replace it with some concrete, you should place M times AST of concrete. Okay, so that is the concept. So capital A minus AST plus M into AST is the equivalent area of composite section. Okay, so what is M? M is the modular ratio. M is equal to 280 divided by 3 sigma CBC. All these equations are in page 80 of IS 456 2000. Then what is sigma CBC? It is a permissible stress. So again, it is mentioned in table 21, page 81 of IS 456 2000. Please go through all this. So this working stress method, it was used earlier. It was an earlier method. So this is may not be familiar to all of you because it is not there in your syllabus. But we are doing all this type of design with this working stress method. So sigma CBC value you can take, and what is M value, and substitute in the equation. So you'll get A plus 30997.283. That is the total area, equivalent area of concrete. Now substitute in the equation below. Total tensile force, how much is that? 538502 divided by the stress. Rewriting the equation, divided by the stress value that we are allowing, tensile stress 1.2. Okay, so you can refer IS 456 for all these values, then which is equal to the total area. So from there you will get what is the total cross-sectional area. By equating all this, you can solve it and find what is the A required. A is 417754 mm square. That is B into D, which is equal to 417754.38 mm square. Now if you are choosing a square shaped ring beam, so A is found. So how much should be one side, root of A? Approximately 646 mm. So you can round it off to a higher value. You are giving a higher value for the ring beam dimension. So you are choosing 700 mm. So provide ring beam of size 700 by 700 mm. Now we can refer the detailing. In the detailing, the ring beam is shown at the bottom of the dome. So only half of the section is shown. That is enough. It is continuous. It's the same on the other side also. So there are the bars, 8 mm dia at 300 mm center to center. That is given in both directions along the latitude and also along the meridian. And the ring beam is shown. There are 8 bars in the ring beam which are held by the stirrups, which are 8 mm dia again. So the ring beam is having 20 mm dia bars. So in the ring beam, in the sense, it is given as a it is a beam, but it is, if you are looking from the top, it is like a ring, like a finger ring. The shape is going, okay, it is circular. So that is why it is called ring beam, and there are 8 bars. So all these bars are given again as rings. So that is why it is shown 20 mm dia rings. And the dimension 700 by 700 is shown. and at the top you have to give mesh reinforcement. So in an exam point of view, this is enough. So the basic steps are the same. You can remember all the small values mentioned. Like you may not get enough time to refer the pages of IS 456, so you can remember all these values, smaller values, that standard values that we have taken in this design, and then do the design. Okay, and okay, thank you. If you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me anytime. Okay.